right. And we're live.
That was a dope intro, man.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to get
I
a
was
little
vibing.
better on these little on these lives.
Yeah, I was vibing.
Had to I got Mike's been doing this for years and he's got like intros and he's got
Yeah.
commercials. So I gotta
You
do
gotta
him
take
proud.
advantage. Take
I gotta
advantage.
do I gotta do him proud. So
There
yeah,
you
I figured out the intro last week and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So it's all been a learning process, but
go.
I guess that's all it is, right? You just
Yep.
always keep learning, always keep trying to do better.
Yeah, yep. You mess up and pivot.
Yeah,
Mess up and
pivot,
that's all it
pivot. The pivoting is the thing.
is. Yes, ma'am.
It looks like Instagram is barely doing the countdown. I see
Oh.
Bernice is on. What's up, Bernice? We were just talking about you, Bernice.
That's my barber. That's my girl.
Cujo sporting that fresh cut from Chavez.
hmm Looking, I'm looking visible. I don't have a face for radio anymore.
All right. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Talking About It Live. Tonight we are wrapping up our June live conversation series in recognition of men's mental health.
hmm
Today we are closing it out with our OG homie, everybody's favorite Theo, Cujo from the Buzz podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Throughout this entire month, we've been talking about brotherhood, resilience, fatherhood, men's mental health. And today we are gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep going. We do have a bunch of listener questions that have rolled over from some of the previous episodes. So we're gonna have quite a bit of listener questions and just get to catch up with our homie here. Thank you so much, Cujo, for hopping on today for wrapping up this series with us. I appreciate you. Um, I know you life is life and for you and your
hmm
family, and so I appreciate it so much that you take the time today to come on.
Always, I got you. I always got you.
Hey, that pillow fight this last time,
hmm
bomb, dude.
That's
Amber
crazy,
on Amber on there saying Cujo.
right?
We got
Yeah,
our
man.
girl Amber up in Instagram.
What's up, Amber? Miss
Gr-
Banda?
Amber Banda, yep, girl, you've been tuning in to just about everyone. Thank you, appreciate it. Appreciate the support. I can
Another.
see the Instagram comments today. For some reason, the past couple times I hadn't been able to see them, so
Mm.
I'll be more on it today. Everybody's probably like, "You're just ignoring us on Instagram." No, I just couldn't figure out how to
It's technology.
I couldn't figure
Technology.
out how to get the tabs separate.
Yeah, man. So what's happens after you hit 20? So we just don't know what's in it. You can barely turn on the TV nowadays.
Right? But so Cujo, I wanted to just start out today by just checking in with you, seeing how you're doing, give you your flowers for that pillow fight that you hosted. It was amazing. But yeah, and just start off with the first question
Yep.
is outside of podcasting, what do the people need to know about Cujo?
Outside of podcasting, I'm nothing special. Just like in podcasting, I'm nothing special. I'm just that guy who's averaging 2.5 hours of sleep and running around with my head cut off. Just trying to make the best out of, trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents.
Well, sir, I beg to differ. Cujo, you are the epitome of showing up. You are the person who is always just out to help people, to collaborate, to show up. Where does that come from? You just are always that dude that people can reach out to.
um, you know what it is, coming up when, growing up, you see a lot of, especially here in El Paso, there's a lot of me first. And anytime, coming up when I first started DJing, I'd ask for help and people would just blow me off to the side. And the few people that would help me out were always kind of like, kind of setting examples for me. Like when I first started DJing, like so I was at the working promotions at the radio station, and Jay Smooth was one of the first ones. Like, hey, dude, whatever you need, let me know. I can help you out. And then the cousin-in-law that I got into it with, Bobby V, he's the one that he was trying to help me out and put me with a touch with other people. And the few people that are actually down to help were always talking about paying it forward.
Yeah.
And in a time when selfishness is king here, especially in El Paso, because people hate to see other people do well. I think now I'm just at the point where I'm tired of that. I'm tired of 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 the stonewalling that people go through, and if I'm gonna have the nerve to talk about it, especially say that talk smack about people for doing it, well, I better be the first one to live by it and show up and whatnot. And this game is so big that there's room for everybody to eat.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different niche. Everybody has a different crowd. Everybody has a different sense of comedy, sense of humor, and I want to see everybody shine. And if I have some kind of help in it, it makes me feel good about it. Seeing you guys. I mean, look at you. You're out and about now. You're out there going to events and going to the pillow fights. You're doing this on your own. You got your intros coming from where we first met, where you're having trouble just talking on the mic. Now you're going live. That's huge. That's awesome, and I love seeing that. So anything I can do, in anybody's to help anybody's growth, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And I agree. Um I think we become what we always wish we had.
Hmm.
Um and if that's not the way that you approach things, then you become the opposite. You become a hater. You become the crab in the barrel that's trying to pull everybody down. So
Yeah.
you go one way or another, and yeah, I am so glad that you from the get-go have like reached out to me. You've always been there. And yeah, you seen me from the beginning where I would be like freaking out, like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing.
Hmm.
I still am working on figuring out what I'm doing, but I just with everybody's patience and encouragement and support, it's really helped me to kind of build that confidence like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
And so thank you for always being that and showing up. Um
Hey,
I
that's
think
what we're here for.
I think, uh, I think you're one of the people who show up for it. I just had on the fellas, Queens and Frank, um,
Yeah.
and right away, the first person that came was Kujo, and everything that you do for them. So, yeah, I just think, that is, something that I find very admirable, and I hope that people watching take that lead and see that all you gotta do is be the change, be the person that you wanna be for other people
Mhm.
or that you felt was missing in your life. That's what I'm trying to do, is just trying
Yeah.
to be there, bring awareness, show people that talking about things might be scary, but it's okay. It's not too
Mhm.
crazy.
You see, it is
Um,
great. It is great too, because like right now, my kids are still in that impressionable age, and I want to show them like, look, dude, your word's your bond, man. I think that's something that we're missing. That might be just, I don't know if that was our generational thing from our throwback, but always gonna say, if I'm gonna have the nerve to say something, I'm gonna back it up. Whether I like it or not, there's sometimes I'm just like, like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'm too tired. Like I was telling you, I have the grandkids here, but hey, we made plans, and I got to live up to my end. Because at the end of the day, and it really showed, going back to that pillow fight. We had a problem with the first venue. One of the other companies started bitching and complaining, and they kind of threw a monkey wrench, and everybody that I talked to, I mean, World Boba, Frank and Queens, Mike. I mean, everybody was like, "Hey, dude!" Within 20 minutes, that I was telling them, you know what, I might just cancel it, but I have to reschedule. These guys already had like 6 venues for me.
Yeah.
So the way I see it, if I'm going to put my neck out for people and bust my ass, this is what I get back. People are helping me in any which way, shape, and form. My cousin Bernice Chavas, Amber even put me in contact with Patty, and everybody's just networking. Just, hey, dude, let's do this, let's do that. Grizz throwing us on the radio, trying to help us out in any which way we can. Lencho Brown putting us out there, and I'd like to say, because everything comes back full force, and I guess the fact that I'm able to help out people, this is what paid back, and that's why I do it, because I mean, when I need it, people are there for me. So I love it. So I mean, that's what I got to do. My word is my bond, so I got to keep going.
Yeah. No, you've built such a wonderful community. You've done that. It's what you put out that people give back to you. and
Yeah.
and yeah, that pillow fight was a testament to seeing everybody rallying around you. People that I didn't know knew you, but I was messaging on the back end and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're in contact," and
Mhm.
so it was just really cool to see that everybody was kind of coming together to make it happen. And give us an update, because I know you just posted recently, because the Mijos just had their camp.
Yeah.
So what was the outcome of
So
everybody getting together and that support?
yeah. So thankfully, to again, everybody that helped out, from our sponsors, from the people that contributed to the at the event. We're able to sponsor over 20 plus special needs kids, special needs athletes, I should say, to go out there and pay towards their, I guess you could say, tuition fee for the camp.
Okay.
And we're able to give a family 4 pack for, I believe it was a family 4 pack of tickets, round trip to see any NFL game that they wanted to go see. So that went out to the player of the who showcased the most effort and leadership at the event. I don't remember the name I remember the young lady. I don't remember the name of the young lady off the top of my head, but yeah, that we were able to do all that because everybody chipped in and helped out. Big shout out to the yard for coming through. Um, we're able to do something for I think I was talking to Derek, and he was telling me they had over 200 something kids, and we were able to play a part in any of that is pretty
Yeah.
remarkable. It's pretty
It
remarkable. So it's awesome.
Just great job, dude. That's fucking badass. It was a great show. The matches, everybody showed up. Our boys, Johnny and Louie
Yeah, they put
had a
on a
whole
spectacle.
they had a whole loop de loop. Had Johnny had great footwork, man, but in the end, it cost him. So,
Hmm.
but no, it was they were all good fights. It was just an incredible event. It was an awesome thing to finally to see. I watched last year, but I watched via the internets or the
Via phone.
interwebs. Yeah, so, this year was the first time that I was able to go in person, and it was just a fantastic show. I'm excited to see, next year. What you got planned for next year?
Let's
Um,
do it. Let's do it.
you're like, "Man, you set the bar already," so I could just imagine what you're gonna be
We'll,
doing, and
we'll
I'm
see.
excited for it.
I'm easily amused, so we'll see.
I know it, but it was just so cool. It was just so cool to see, and then when I saw your post the other day, I was like, "Man, everybody coming together, showing up."
Yeah.
Again, it's just a testament to show. But let me ask you something on that, because I know it had to be stressful, right? It
Hmm.
had to be like super like, oh shit. And um how did you handle that stress? Did you yeah, like what was it? Was it just the people rallying around you that maybe helped you kind of chill, or what helped you in
Um,
that time?
you know what? Like I mean, even though like things were falling apart and it looked like everything was burning to the like Rome was burning to the ground. luckily, I don't. I'm usually even keel, no matter what's going on. So I'm kind of like, like I'll make a fuss about it for a second, and then somebody will tell me something like, dude, whatever happens for a reason. I'm like, all right, whatever, People have their things or whatever, but it's like then you start to think about it, like, well, do I complain and moan about it, piss and moan about it, or am I going to do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm going to set out to do this, well, you got speed bumps in the way, so screw it. Take it for what it is. And like I said, man, the fact that I had all these people quick to jump in, and like I said, Ruben from Boba had like 4 spots within days, within not within like 3 hours that I had talked to Queens, and Queens was like, "Hey, dude, I'm already." He texted me like, I want to say about 2 or 3 hours later. He's like, "Hey, dude, I'm already hit the yard, checking it out for us." I was like, "Oh shit!" So the fact that everybody was rallying around right off the bat, I was like, "Well, how is it that somebody's going to fight for it that it's not their event and I'm not?" You know what I mean? So
Mm,
there's no reason for me to complain. It's just take it with a grain of salt and just keep on trucking, man.
yeah, I love that. Yeah, you did. You just yeah, it was just such a great event. And so thank you for putting that on. I loved it. It was a big deal for me that that
Yeah,
day. It was really cool to be.
it was super cool to see you out there, man.
I know I,
Like
I
I
was
said, just
good.
come on
I
with
was trying to stay out there and like, but then the heat hit, and then
it. Yep.
we were right next to the speakers. I don't know how any of you that were near there can hear. I jumped, like my soul left my body for a second. I was like, okay, time for me to go. So like I went into the car. But so we do have some listener questions that I want to get to because some of them, like I said, have been from previous episodes and
Hmm.
just didn't get to them. But um, these are a little bit heavier.
Okay.
Um, so let's see. So one of them, I've tried helping someone, but they keep pushing me away. How do I support them without losing myself? Oof.
Dude.
Hmm.
I mean, you see, something like that is kind of, you have to know what the person is. You know what I mean? Um, if you have an understanding of how they tick, as long as they know the way I see it at the end of the day, as long as they know that you have their best interests at heart, and certain people you could be direct with, and other people you kind of sugarcoat it, right? So
Mhm.
you just kind of play along those boundaries. And as long as they know that you're there helping them, as best as you can. I mean, that's the one thing we can do, as grown-ups and people, and you can give options. We can't tell people what to do. It's their choice at the end of the day. But as long as they know that, I'm there for you, good, bad, or indifferent. Um, I'm gonna ride with you with a bad decision. I'm gonna ride with you with a good decision. But I got your back. No judgment. That's all. That's all we can do.
Yeah. Yeah. That one's just it's just a tough one, like I feel and I think it's like the answers too
Mm-hmm.
are different. Like I wish I had more context. Is it like an addiction problem? Is it like
Mm-hmm.
something that, they're bad communicators? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
I think that makes a difference too, but yeah, I agree. I think just being there for people, holding people accountable.
Mm-hmm.
People like to call it tough love. I just say it's love. If I'm coming to you and I'm asking you, "Hey, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to be there for you," and you're pushing me away, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
give you that love and be like, "Yo, you need to
Yep.
fucking something needs to change
Get
here."
on it.
Yeah, and I think again too, it's because it's something that I looked for when I was struggling and nobody knew how to get through to me, right? Because in the end, to whoever submitted that question, in the end, it's always going to come down to the person making the choice to get help, making the decision to change whatever their circumstances are.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't want to do that, it's not your responsibility to do that for them. Don't lose yourself in that. Um, live your life. You can just be there, like Cujo said, you can just be there and show up for them when they need you or when they're ready. But yeah, don't lose
Hmm.
yourself. Been there, done that, and it ain't worth it.
Yep.
It's not worth it when you're getting sicker trying to help somebody than they're trying to help themselves.
Exactly.
Um, spouse question.
Ooh,
How do I tell my spouse I need space without hurting her feelings?
move out. Just grab your stuff. Just grab yourself and roll out, man. Because at the end of the day, there's no sugarcoating. I mean, how can you how can you be like, Dad, have you noticed? Like the kids gonna come about there. Have you noticed Dad hasn't been here in a while? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can't have. You see, because so here's the thing that one of the things that I was looking at the other day. Some dude was talking about. Some guy was saying that men learn to be quiet because when we say something that's either troubling us or bothering us, women don't listen to what we're saying as far as what's bothering us. It's more that they feel they're being attacked as opposed to what we're going through. So now
Mm,
that turns into a whole fight, and we just learned that the price of um, quietness or the fact that we're just mute is going to be cheaper and easier just to get through life.
then the fuss. Yeah.
Yes, because
Uh,
all of a sudden it's all about instead of the actual issue, which I'm feeling. Now it's all about how you're feeling, how you're taking it, which doesn't
mm,
resolve the issue that I'm feeling. So
so
that
then
thing,
everybody's just pissed off.
yeah. So everybody loses. So I'd rather just be one person losing and then both of us losing, and then nobody's happy.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I think you just fucking communicate. I think whatever it is, you just have to communicate. I was the person I typically am the person if me and BJ are frustrated with each other or arguing or it's a hormone phase, like I shut
Mhm.
down. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna like go to my room or like and he's very good about like let's resolve this. What's going on? And I'm like, no, like I just need a moment and we each take each other's we take a space and then we come back and then we're like, all right, you made me feel this way or whatever it is. So I think it's just having the conversations and trying to not like you said, make it about what you're feeling, but actually
Mhm.
like having a conversation that is a back and forth conversation, not a one-sided conversation.
For sure, folk show.
Let's see. I have one eye open right now, so let's see.
No, you're
I
good.
I feel like I don't have anything in common with my kids anymore. What advice do you give to make them want to hang out with me? Oh, depends how old your kids are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I mean, to a certain degree, one of the things I've always done with my kids, and I know we've talked about it, and it is weird because usually, the daughters are the daddy's girls and the sons are the mama's boys. With us, it's different. My son being the older one now, and anywhere I go, basically, he's always with me. That's my
Mm.
lowdown. Um, and one thing I've always told them is, and I'd heard this from Kevin Hart actually, where they have that free talk,
Oh
and it's
yay.
been, and I know we mentioned it before, where I tell my kids, you know what, man, if you got something to say and something's bothering you and you're scared to, whatever, just call free talk and we'll run with it. Where free talk is you get an option, an opportunity to voice an opinion or a frustration or whatever with no holds barred language, and I have to commit to not having a reaction, a father reaction or any
Mm.
reaction, and actually just listening to the problem and then trying to attack it like you would with a friend. And with something like that, I think that actually brings us closer. And if you see that your child is into something, like my daughter's into anime and certain movies and certain types of TV shows, I'll go out there and say, hey babe, have you heard of this show? She's like, yeah, I have. I say, hey, have you seen it? No, let's watch it together. Something
Mm.
simple as that, just extending that olive branch. Um, Same thing with my kid, my son. When my daughter has ballet during the week, it's usually about dinner time.
Mhm.
So my son and I have made a pact that whenever they're doing that, he and I go out for father son dinners. So we'll go
Oh,
out,
nice.
have dinner, different spot, and just shoot the shit and then just talk. And I think that's something that if they see you're making the actual attempt,
Yeah.
they'll reciprocate it, man.
100%. Finding common ground with them.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it's for me with my son it's wrestling. Wrestling, wrestling and just random stuff that we can connect with.
Yeah,
Cuz I think it is hard. I think it is hard to continuously have relationships with your kids as they're growing older, you're growing older.
I think you hit your mic. Yeah, I think you cut it off. Uh oh. Yeah, welcome to the Kujo show. Did you hit the mic? 'Cause I think right now when you moved it around, you hit something on it. Wait a minute. It's showing that you're muted on the. It's showing that you're muted on the cast.
Yeah, see.
There you go.
However good the intro is, something's bound to go wrong on the way.
Hey, it's a learning opportunity.
Yeah, I have this cord, so if it happens again, just the Cujo show. We had the Grizz show the last time because like everything just totally crapped out on me.
It
So
happens, man.
if it happens again, I'll just pop back in. But yeah, this cord is super loose, so
Yeah.
I just haven't had a chance to reorder one. It's not a C one, it's one of those weird
Mm-hmm.
ones. But yeah, no, so I really I agree. Just finding common ground
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. So let me ask you, Cujo. Oh, let me try to focus here. Oh, this one's a hard one. Uh, times are rough financially. I try to make everyone comfortable, but I'm struggling and I don't know how to bring it up to my wife. Why do so many men feel like we have to carry the financial stress alone? Oof, fuck.
um. Well, I mean that just goes to that just goes to nature. The reason we feel the reason we feel that, in all honesty, is damn, she wasn't lying. She wasn't lying. We really are on the Cujo show. So I guess I'll just ramble on. The reason we feel that is because as nature is going, we as men are only as good as the opportunities we bring financially, especially once that money starts wearing out, we're worthless. We're not good to anybody. We're done. Well, that's one of the things that's been talked about, especially as men. That's how we feel is that once we stop providing and we're not able to provide as much, then we're not as needed. Unfortunately, that's the sad part about it. You know, um, there we go. I don't know if you caught any of that. You're showing muted again, girl.
I
There
did.
you
I did.
go.
No,
Okay,
I don't know. That answer makes me so sad.
it's true though.
Uh, I think I don't know.
It's it.
That makes me so sad. I think again it comes down to communicating and to roles, like when you're together with somebody. You know what I mean? Like talking
Mm,
about those things.
yeah, but I mean, it happens for whatever reason. It just always happens that men are only good as what they can provide. The moment they can't provide, you're no good. So once it's really financially, we're screwed.
I think that is a old school mentality.
But it's still living in this. Because how many times do you see that? So for example, when you see these girls going out, they got to get their hair done, they got to get their nails done, they got to get this, that, and the other, and the dude's still wearing the same T-shirt and shorts that he's had for the last 15 years. But the girls, to the brim and all brand new stuff with the tags on them still,
I will
and
say, I think that's a matter of, again, like from the get go, how you get people accustomed. It's the same thing with children. It's how you get them accustomed to things, right? So I think starting it strong,
Mhm.
building a foundation from the beginning and, like, figuring out roles. For me specifically, like, I was fortunate to be a stay-at-home mom because my
Mhm.
husband, was in the military, he took care of me. He still does, financially, he's the provider, right? Like,
Mhm.
I am lucky that I get to do the things that I am trying to do, but, before that, I was always one that worked. I always provided for myself. I started working when I was 13 years old, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's just always it's how you work together, how you build a foundation for that person. I think that you have the conversation. I think the thread of all of these things is just having the conversations. Like, it's gonna suck. You don't know what the outcome is gonna be, but I think you waiting to figure it out and to continuously feel like shit because you financially are struggling, like, talk to your spouse, make a plan, cut back where you can cut back, and, I think, I my son's gaming, I don't know, we're, like, right next to each other, so you might hear him screaming. So I think, yeah, that's a hard one. Um, and
But I mean,
I hope that the conversation changes because, you know, for both roles, I think that having having that pressure now I need to have a conversation with my husband.
so I gotta cut you that out.
Now I'm like, "Oh, like, I see the stress, I see what he is going through." I'm always a person who is trying to find ways to do different things, whether it's the podcast or whether
Mhm.
it's, helping businesses. I'm trying to always do side stuff, right? So that I don't
Mhm.
put added stress on him. And yeah, it's crazy. That answer, Cujo, really hurt my heart for you guys, for the
It's
fellas. And I hope that you all can have those conversations. And just because something started one way doesn't mean that that's how it has to continuously be. But until you
mhm.
have the conversations, you might be surprised by your spouse, by
Yeah.
them saying, "Oh, well, I didn't even know." You know what I mean? Like, because I think sometimes too, the spouses, we don't know. We can't fix what we don't know.
Mhm.
And so, yeah,
Yeah, but
you
people don't know how to converse though. That's the
I think
issue now.
I agree. I agree that people shy away from hard conversations.
Mhm.
Everything is a reaction. Everything is ego is in the way
Mhm.
first. And I think that truly once you start healing or having these conversations and things like that, that's when you start to kind of like your lens opens up and you're like, "Okay, it's not about what I'm feeling right now. Like, how can I make this situation better? How can I help you?" And that just takes conversations.
Yeah.
We've been married, we just celebrated 18 years,
Congrats.
a couple weeks ago. And it's been rough. It hasn't always been
Mhm.
easy, but we have those hard conversations, and it's sometimes a lot of me just being very quiet. It's my husband doing a lot of yard work or washing the dishes, whatever it is that he needs to do to just, like, clear his head. Um, so I encourage anyone, especially if you're newly married, if you're dating, whatever the circumstance is, to first be okay within your own skin. Be
Mhm.
comfortable with who you are, because until you feel that, it's always gonna just be chaos.
Mhm.
Secondly, have the conversations early. The boundaries, the expectations. Like, we're so used to this instant gratification that once the shininess goes away, it's like, check out. And so I
Yeah.
think, like you said, we just need to be better about communicating and laying down foundations,
Mhm.
because without a strong foundation, you've seen Jenga. You see what happens in Jenga.
It's a guy
But,
holding it
right?
up.
Let's see. Hey, Kuja, I wanted to ask you, because you've been doing the podcast now for a while. You've
Mhm.
interviewed a lot of different people.
Yeah.
What is something that you've learned by just talking to all these different people? Is there something that's like a common thread between everybody? What is it? Hang on a second, hang on.
Yeah.
Amber put, "At what point is it considered just staying together for the kids?" I think that is a huge part of it, and I think that is such an unfair thing for kids to go through,
Hmm.
and it's a selfish thing as well. I think that if you can't have those hard conversations or try to open up and be around each other, um, then you're just doing it for the kids, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
Because trust me, the kids are gonna know what's going on, and
Hmm.
it's better that they see, you guys so kids are always gonna go by your example, and if you avoid, ignore, don't confront, push things aside, that's what they're gonna do. And so I think that showing your kids what a healthy relationship should look like, is very important. And again, just having that communication and being open with them. But yeah, in my opinion, if you can't even stand to be in the same room together without the kids being around, uh, time for therapy if you're not
Yeah.
already in it.
But I mean, that's a loaded question because there's some people that they fall into that roommate phase and they learn to put that facade in front of the kids. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I mean, hell, some of the best relationships I've known have been the ones where people just talk shit to each other. You know, my grandparents were together for 50 years, and I don't think I heard them say one nice thing to each other my whole life. But they loved each other and they stayed there. And then they would go at it like cats and dogs. I mean, almost to a point where you're expecting somebody to throw hands. But like, man, I don't know what it is about him, but I love that son. And
Yeah.
that's it's just different ways. Now, if it's tumultuous the whole time when you guys are around, and it's you can't even cough because I might just set the bomb off at any time. Now that's when it's time to go. But
Yeah.
if it's just more of a like you guys are just trying to figure out what's what between you guys, that's when it becomes a lot more difficult. Especially when you're depending what you're coming from. If you come from a home that was already that has a stepfather, stepmother, and all that, you want to try to avoid that as best as possible and try to
Yeah.
put the facade on. Then once 18 happens and hey, everybody goes their own way and we wish each other the best and it is what it is. But I mean, it's layered depending upon what it is. But yeah, if it's and if you want to have if it's something you really want to work at or just want to set the example or you're comfortable in it, some people decide to do that.
Yeah.
And you decide what might be best for the kids at the time. And like I said, as long as you guys aren't at each other's throats and it's still amicable, try and try harder.
Yeah. I just saw an episode of some show. What was the show we were watching? It's with Jonathan Knight, but he's like going into like Lowe's and doing room makeovers for people.
Mm,
And one of them, the house that he does, the guy is like looking for something, and he's like, "Well, I have 3 kids and my ex-wife." And then he's
mm-hmm,
like, "Your ex-wife?" And then he's like, "Yeah." Um, and so he couldn't wrap his brain around it until he got to the house, and yeah, they live in separate rooms, but they share the kitchen, and that was like the room that they did. So I
yeah.
think that's becoming very more common, and I think that that is that's if you can do it, I think that's fantastic.
Mm,
But yeah, it's that roommate phase is crazy. 18 years we've had the roommate phase.
mm-hmm,
We have the roommate phase, and then we have the whole phase of me going through this healing thing and him learning about how to do it and how to help me. And so yeah, it's crazy. But
mm-hmm.
yeah, we got the yes. Yeah, that was a tough question. Gosh, Amber, that was a that was a good one. Because yeah, we just I I think everything just comes down to communication and just telling shit how it is.
Mm.
But yeah, so Kujo, what have you learned with these guests and over the years?
Um, I guess one of the things that I've learned is it's interesting what we have in our own backyard that we never thought about. Um, we have a lot of talented individuals in El Paso. We have a lot of people that have pretty crazy stories, and it's one of the things that I've noticed is that when you try to, there's some, when you're when it comes to an interview, there's some people that try to give like fluff questions to set it up,
Mhm.
make something look a certain way when it's really not. When you're disingenuous, I've noticed that people can smell that out real quick, and it loses its luster. But I've noticed that when you start talking, like having real conversations with people, and you start seeing them bring down that wall that they put up, because what is it? The Japanese say we wear three different masks: the
Mhm.
one that we want people to see, the one that we see, and then the real one. When you're able to get to that real one, that's when it's gold because I think a lot of people, everybody feels like the main hero in their story, right? And a lot of the times we're villainized by the haters or whatever it is, and it's good to see when certain people have certain things that when you're able to touch and they're able to express themselves, they feel that relief, and the people that are listening, they can correspond to it, and especially when it has something to do with like a trouble, like the question what Amber was doing, asking, and they're able to, get some kind of gratification from that, and it helps them. It's awesome because you'll get response from, what, I had this and this happened to me, and I was down and out, and I was listening to this pod with you guys, and it made me forget about my problems and made me laugh. And that's when you're like, damn, after all those times of recording and making missing appointments, missing this, missing that, missing the soccer games or whatever it is,
Mhm.
that's when it's like, oh damn, it's all worth it, and when you put something together, and it comes about, like with your, everything that you've been doing, also with your painting sips and everything that you've been doing at the Honey and Myrrh. It's I don't know if you could relate to this, but like with the pillow fights, like it's amazing at the end of the day. I don't make a single penny off of it. It all goes into the event or to the foundation. But I have the biggest smile out there from everybody because I was like, damn, how the heck did this happen? How the heck did I get these amount of crazy people together and
Yep.
have a fun time? And that's what I've noticed, and that's the thing that I keep on going back to. When you have that one episode that doesn't do as well as you're hoping, and you're like, man, why am I even doing this? And then you
Yeah.
have people like people that are reaching out to you and giving you flowers when you feel you don't deserve them. It's like, damn, that's why I do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I definitely can relate. When we did the paint and sip, it was like just being there in the room, seeing it all come together, I was, like, freaking out, of course. Um, and then also just kinda yeah, it's just crazy, like, how these things get put together
hmm
and how we're able to do it, and it's for you all, for the listeners, for the viewers.
Yeah,
It's truly because we care.
yeah,
Podcasters, like I said, we're not making the big bucks. We're genuinely out here just trying to help uh bring awareness.
yeah.
And everybody, like you said, has a different niche. Everybody has all these different things that we're trying to do.
hmm
Our homies Death in a Hoodie just joined. What up,
What,
Louie? We were
what
talking
up,
about y'all
y'all?
earlier about
hmm
your pillow fight. But yeah, I think everybody's doing such a fantastic job.
Yeah,
Kujo, thank you for hopping on with me
yeah,
today to close out our sessions.
for
I
sure.
had done a poll to see if people want us to continue doing these lives during the month of July.
Mm,
We had an overwhelming yes.
cool.
So now I just got to figure it out. So y'all let me know, what do you guys want to what do you guys want to hear about? Should we do it every week? Should we just do twice a month? Let me know what you guys want to do. This show is made by us, but for you. So let us know
Hmm.
what you want to hear, what you want to talk about. Um, Cujo, how can the people get a hold of you? What do you have coming up?
Um,
Any closing thoughts?
Coming up is crazy. Oddly enough, it's weirdly enough, like I never really plan ahead, which is crazy, which makes no sense, right? Like it's like from one day to the next, I was like, hey, dude, I should have this person on, and it just something clicks on, and I reach out, like, yeah, I'm available like in 2 days. All right, cool, let's make it happen. I come across somebody that has an interesting story. I mean, hell, for the the majority of the part, I believe our listeners are all the majority of us are guys, and we talk nonsense, and I don't think I could talk anything serious where people really take me to heart. But I mean, I just had Rachel Molina from El Paso Project Period on talking about menstrual cycles and how we can, as men, help and educate ourselves and stuff like that. And I was like, that's something that a lot of guys that for the single dads out there, or even for the fathers that have a daughter, we don't when shit hits the fan and mom's not around. Now we got to know. So it's always better to be informed. Um, but yeah, you can find us at the Buzz podcast, Buzz with the three Z's, on Instagram, on YouTube. I think we have a Facebook. I don't even know. I had my kid in charge of that, but he probably uses it for parlaying bets or something. He's probably running an illegal sweatshop somewhere or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, I mean, it's weird, man. One thing, I guess, if we're gonna close it out. Do we want to go closing it out serious or our style?
You close it out how you want to close it out, and then we'll.
Okay. We'll see. Assuming how this is dealing with Men's Mental Health Month, um, especially with us older guys, we don't believe in mental health, right? Men, especially with the machismo of the Mexicans, we don't believe in it, right? But one thing I will tell you when it comes to guys is there's a quote that somebody had said and mentioned was, "We as men, we die in our 20s and 30s. Actually, in our 30s and 40s, sorry, but we don't get buried until we're 70." And what that means is that once we get to a certain part of our life, when it becomes fatherhood, and we forget how to be, the husband or the boyfriend, and we forget to be partners, and we put the kids first, that's when all the problems usually start happening. And we start worrying about what their needs are instead of our needs are. So once you start seeing that, hopefully one of the partners can acknowledge it, fix it, and bring it back. Because as much as we love our kids, we got to remember those people, those crazy bastards are going to leave us at 18, if not sooner, and start their own family. And then we're there on our own, left with another complete stranger or roommate. And now that's when everything's going to hit the fan. So we got to make sure that, if we're going to be building something, build it, to the best of your ability. Even though we are trying to, do the best for our kids, we can't forget that we're here also.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just because a guy's quiet doesn't mean he's mad. Just because a guy when you ask him, you're expecting him to fight, he doesn't want to fight. That doesn't mean he don't love you. That just means that it's better for him to shut the fuck up and start a whole war over some bullshit because somebody didn't order nachos. Facts. That's how some people get shot. That's how those people get shot around here.
Jesus.
People
No,
get
I love it.
stabbed.
And fucking take care of yourself. Get your checkups.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thank you again, Cujo, for just helping us close out this series again. Um, Mental health isn't about having all of the answer. And yes, Amber, for the lives, she said, do with all four of us or five with Mike. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to hop on, Amber. We need a schedule. We need to schedule a follow up. It's been 1 year since I had Amber on.
Damn.
So what I'm trying to do is have everybody on that I've had on a year ago and kind of just do
Mm-hmm.
like updates. So let's make sure, Amber, that we get that in the books, and then maybe in July we do one. Um, but mental
Make
health
sure you
is
follow her on 96.3 K.
yes, Kei. And check out her, Instagram page.
Mm-hmm.
She has snakes now, she does some really cool
It's
shit
charity work too.
that yeah, so she said, "I'm 1 year dumber now."
All
Uh,
you have experience.
but, yeah, so everybody, thank you all for tuning in. I know there's a football game that's about to
Football,
start,
US baby.
US, so I wanna make sure we get out and everybody, on time. But again, mental health isn't about having all the answers, it's about having people in your corner, asking questions, and realizing none of us are meant to carry life alone. Thank you to every guest that has been on this month with me, everyone who watched, shared, and have trusted us with your questions. I truly appreciate it. I'm grateful. I am so thankful to everybody who shares our posts, who is helping to grow our community. Because again, the end goal is just to continue to spread awareness, help you all find your power, your voices, and yeah. Before we get off, for the fellas, I know sometimes uh maybe therapy isn't your jam, maybe I don't know. It wasn't my jam in the beginning, but so books helped me. So a couple of books that helped me was and y'all will appreciate this one, fellas. This one is The Tao of the Wu by the RZA.
Mm,
It's an excellent book. It basically has his philosophies. It's an excellent book. It's one that I go back to all the time. The other one is The Tao of Pooh. Yes, that Pooh, the Winnie of Pooh, but it's almost the same premise. It's the principles of Taoism through Winnie the Pooh. The other one is the principles of Taoism through the RZA and who he has learned from. If anybody is struggling with recovery issues, trying to quit addictions, the Thrive Map, y'all,
mm-hmm.
Thrive Map Self Led Path Recovery by Sarah Guzman. She is a local author. I had her on the show. You had her on your episode, on the cult episode.
Yeah, a
Um,
little good
she's
friend
just
aspect.
she's just fantastic. She really did a great job with this book. So make sure y'all scoop those up. You can find them on Amazon. Follow Sarah Guzman, the Thrive or Die Recovery. She really did a great job of putting this book together using principles of like cognitive behavioral therapy, DBT, and I love it. As a person who is going through the healing journey, this would have been a great map for me to have. So
Yeah.
thank you all for continuing to support all those local authors and people in our area. Saturday the 27th, Nation of Wrestling has an event coming out at the VFW. Follow at the Nation of Wrestling. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and as always, y'all, make sure that you are checking in on your people. Answer that text, make the call, keep on talking about the hard things so that you can start to appreciate and enjoy all the great in your life. We'll see you
Oh.
on the next one. Thank you so much, Kujo. Talk to you later, y'all.